Welcome everybody to the Five Kings Motorsports YouTube channel. We're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight. We're going to be broadcasting this race to you. We're going to bring it to you live. It's a recruitment race for our Tuesday night Crooked Line Racing Tour Modified Series. And now normally, I have either Brandon Mettler in the booth with me, or if I have Zach from Rebels Racing in the booth with me. And they have the fancy ticker. They have all that stuff, the live scoring and timing and all that. Well, tonight, this is what we're working with. I don't have my triple monitor set up. I'm on a single monitor, so I can't run all the extra programs. But I promised these guys that I would have them a race uploaded tonight, and that's what I plan to do. So that's what we're going to do tonight. As you see these guys out here right now, they're currently turning some qualifying laps. We have Jake Silva. He's looking like he's going to be the professional pole right now with an 18.881. He'll have Ethan Johnson in the 30 machine. He'll be starting right behind him, row 1, PE2 with an 18.899. So almost an 8.9 right there. Really, really close. Tonight, I'm kind of solo in the booth. I'm kind of not. It's going to be hit or miss if I have some help in the booth tonight or not. We are awaiting Christian Pittman to come in here and join us. He should be in here fairly quickly. He's trying to sort out some technical difficulties on his end. As we see Jesse Baker in the 79 machine, he's going to go out here and try to turn some laps and see if he can get it put on the pole. And ooh, he's going to lose that car. So that's a good segue right there to say, look at this track temp right now. If you look over to the left underneath the race information, you scroll down just a little bit, you see weather. It's 104 degrees out here tonight, folks. It's a daytime track. That sun's really, really hot on this track right now. And what that means is there's not a whole lot of grip in these cars. Yes, these Tour Modifieds, they have some big tires on them. They're known to have grip, but with a 104 degree track, with the sun just beaming down on that track surface, it's going to get really hot and it's going to get slick. And we're at Stafford in the Tour Modified, so tonight tempers are going to be flaring 150 laps, no extra tires. There's one scripted scheduled caution, and that's on lap 75. So between lap 65 and 75, if a caution was to fall, that's going to be counted as the competition caution. But hopefully we make the lap 75 under green flag, make the lap 75, have the competition caution, put the field back together, have them re-rack it, and then we'll go back out there and see if we can go one more time until the final portion of the race. So we'll break it up into two segments. First segment will be 75 laps. Second segment will be 75 laps as well. Ooh, and as it stands right now, Trevor Catalano in the 54 machine. He's a Crooked Line Racing veteran. He raced with us last season and had a really good finish, a good strong finish last season actually. He's going to be sitting on the pole position with an 18.812. So really fast lap by Trevor Catalano there with Joe the Show in the 83 machine. He will be starting P2 with an 18.816. Zach Murphy in the 29 machine right there. He's going to be starting a little bit further down than where we're accustomed to seeing the Zach. He's in currently sitting P8 right now. He actually finished second in the points last season, but man, he was Mr. Consistency all year long.
Yeah, y'all have a good race, guys.
So right now, I think we have about 30 drivers that are registered for this race. And race control, peek behind the curtain. Me and Joshua Sexton, we help run this series on Tuesday nights. I'm in the booth, so luckily Joshua Sexton in that 51 machine, he's going to be he's going to be an admin tonight. And he's deemed it necessary. We put our heads together and we don't think we should have over 24 cars tonight. So anybody that's qualifying outside the top 24, you're gone. Booted. See you later. Hasta la vista. And that's harsh, we know, but it's just to keep the racing clean. So I see we got 23 drivers about to take the grid here. And man, oh man, it's gonna be a good race, folks. It's gonna be a good race. And you see that brand new iRacing pace car out there right now. And I'm sorry if you hear me sniffle. I'm from Kentucky, and if you don't know anything about Kentucky, there's two
Jonathan,
things we have. It's
if you're still in here,
allergies, and we have a
looks
cool
like
cave
there's
system around here, and that's about it.
one spot open. So just stay in the session.
As we hear Joshua Sexton right there, that's my race control talking. Folks, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go in right here, and I'm going to turn them down just a little bit. That way we don't hear them bleeding through. And let's see what we got
You
going
said
on here.
thank you very much.
Let's go to the grid, why not, while we're sitting here. So Trevor Catalano, P1. Joe Burchett, P2. Starting on the inside row number 2, that's going to be Jake Silva. He's a pretty fast driver. Ethan Johnson's going to be starting outside row number 2 with a 18.899. Following up, starting P5, it's Greg Smith in the 104 machine. Greg Smith, he's a driver you need to watch for. Jimmy Weaver going to be starting outside row 3 in P6.
All right, appreciate
Casey,
it. Thank you.
we'll call him Casey Beatty, is going to be starting P7. And then second place, Mr. Second place in the points themselves, Zach Murphy in the 29 machine starting P8.
Right,
Ryan Libby will be rolling off P9, and Alexander Cry will be rolling off P10. That's rounding out your top 10 starters here at Stafford Motor Speedway for the Crooked Line Racing Tour Modified Recruitment Race. Dalton Kilroy in the 88 will be rolling off P11. Jason Raymond in the 44 machine, a pretty good looking car I saw earlier. He'll be rolling off P12 with a 19 flat. Jack Baldwin, P13. Jesse Baker, P14. And Michael Murray will be rounding out your top 15 fastest qualifiers here tonight. Following him, we have Matt Sicardo, Joshua Sexton, and Stephen Denmark, Ken Zeems, Ed Brown, and Keith Mack starting P21. Michael Bean will be starting P22. Sherman the Berman will be starting P23. And then Christian Pittman, he elected to join me up in a booth tonight for the first time ever. He'll be up here calling the action with me here tonight. And then the rest of the guys in that list, hasta la vista, baby, they are not here with us. As we come around here to take the one to green, I want to thank the sponsors real quick. Couldn't be here without McConey Setup Shop. He provides us all these rocket fast setups, not only for the league, but for the Team 5 Kings Motorsports. Get your hands on new setups coming for the new season. And use promo code 5Kings, get you 20%, or get you 10% off that deal. Then gotta thank thebuttkicker.com. They are been a sponsor of 5Kings Motorsports Race Team for a while now. Use promo code 5Kings at thebuttkicker.com, get you 20% off your entire order. Then we gotta thank MF Racing Designs, Michael Falk Racing, Raise Energy, and BAM Racing Videos as we're going green here now. As these drivers, they're going to wait. They're going to make them wait. You got to wait till the green flag drops. And the green is out. Let's see how these drivers go. We're going to set this on most exciting. And we have a driver going around already. Let's see who that was. We have drivers going backwards. It's a big pile up back in the back. Big pile up. This is where it's going to be hard right here, folks. It's going to be hard to, it's going to be really, really hard to work the replay angles. But once I get Christian in the booth with me, he's actually in the booth now, we'll be able to figure out who these drivers are that's who involved in these wrecks. We're going to try to go back and watch, see what happens here. Looks like the 16 gets in there. There was wrecking a little bit in front of him, I saw. Ooh, the 46 of, I think that's Levi Allen in the 40, or Jimmy Weaver in the 46 just kind of gets dumped by the 16 car right then. So, getting in there a little hot, you're going to calm it down. Lap 1 of a 150 lap race, and at some point you just got to say, hey, I may be in over my head at this point.
Yeah, a little bit early in the race to be driving in that deep into turn 1 on the first lap.
There you go. That's Christian Pittman, folks, joining us up in the booth. Y'all know Christian Pittman. He is a 5 Kings Motorsports teammate with me. He is a friend in real life. He lives about a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. And decided to bring him up in the booth tonight. And we said he can win races, and figured if you can win races, you can call races. So it's gonna be fun here tonight, Chris. I'm glad to have you with me, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited to be up here with you, Tanner.
Some early race carnage, and I'm not surprised. I mean, I figured it would happen, but man, some shake up has happened. I'm not sure how these drivers are running right now because I don't have iRacing live scoring and timing. That's kind of tough, but so Trevor Catalano, he led them boys to green, but right now, Christian, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's telling me Joe is currently the leader.
Yeah, Joe was able to get by him on that start, I guess. When they went down into turn number 1, I think Joe was ahead at the time of the caution, which moved Trevor back to second now.
Oh, 10-4. I was watching all the mayhem behind them and trying to keep up with it all that I didn't even see the pass for the lead. And I see number 46 right there, Jim Weaver. Let's see if I can get him on camera. This is what's going to be tough right here tonight, folks. Doing this right here. That's why it's nice to have a producer that can just go do all this for me. But Jimmy Weaver, you notice the front of his car, he's got some damage with that front push bar. And now, granted, that's just a roll bar. There's not a whole lot there. But behind that bar, you got some very important stuff in there. And you got to be careful. They do have a fast spread tonight, Christian, like you know, but you got to be careful. You don't want to start banging up that front end on lap 1 too much.
Yeah, you don't want to knock the toe out of the car real early.
As race control is elected to extend this caution for a second. And Christian, also, I am sharing my screen in our Discord, so you can see what I see if you want to watch it like that. So I'll go ahead and tell you, like I mean, I know we're live streaming, but oh well. When I'm calling the races with Zach on Tuesday nights, Christian, I will kind of bounce back and forth between my screen and I'll watch his screen in Discord, and that lets me see more of the race. I see what he's seeing, but then I can tell him, hey, Zach, look at this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 10-4 on that.
Hey, we're going to focus it back on the leader here and see what happens. Let's get rid of that so we can see.
11 car pass.
Lap cars need to come around. I think what's going to happen here, Christian, Josh is going to get tired of messing with him. He's going to say either get where you're supposed to line up or get out. And that's what you got to do. We're grown men racing. Hey, you see the green flag? Ooh, Trevor Carolina thought we were going right there. I thought we were going.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of confusion out here on the track right now.
Yeah, you get 26 drivers out here. Pace cars a mile and a half in front of them. They just need to simmer down. What lap? We're on lap 7 now. We need to just calm down, get everybody lined up, follow what iRacing's telling you to do, and let's get some laps going here.
Yeah, that's definitely what we need to do. It's a 150 lap race. You got one set of tires, so you really don't want to spin out and heat the tires up already this early in the race.
As the lights are still on the pace car, what is going on here? All right,
I think we're
go ahead, Christian.
I think we're a tad bit behind on the stream. I don't think it's quite live.
Oh, I messed up. That was on me. So when I click.
Oh, wrecking again.
Awesome. Wrecking again, Christian. If you can tell me who it was, I forgot. Guys, I went backwards to watch the wreck and I didn't ever go live. So that's on me, Christian. Next time, yell at me and tell me.
This is the first time I saw it. It looks to me like it was the number 13 car of Alexander. Looks like he got a little bit of a tap from Zach Murphy.
Okay, we'll take it back and we'll see what happens here. So as we see, they're doubled up. Jack Murphy tries to step in line. Ooh, I don't know if actually there was a tap there or if we saw a little bit of net code there, Christian. So what we're going to do here.
Lucky dog coming on the outside. Lucky dog on the outside.
Let's try to go with a little bit of overhead view. This may not show it perfectly. If they would quit talking, we can find out for sure. There may have been a little contact there, Christian. What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit of contact, but I think it was just more of a racing deal. Zach got in there a little bit quicker than the guy in front of him did.
Just got in there. Let's see. Let's watch it from Zach's point of view here. We'll wind it back a little bit, and I think Zach got a piece of him a little bit. We'll go back to the corner before and just see how it all unfolds. There's a lot of cars out there for Stafford. Stafford's a small, tough track. I mean, you're really, really fast off the corners, but then, man, you're on them binders. And what's the binders? You're on them brakes really, really hard when you step into the corner. So you got to be careful. You don't want to try to outbrake somebody like you would at a road course here, because that guy's not going to be going that fast in front of you. He's got to slow down and make the corner.
Yeah, and tonight I think that outside lane is going to be not very good for your tires.
Ooh, Zach got into him once and said, here, let me clean you out. And, ooh, tough break for Zach. He actually got cleaned out in the process of doing that. Tough break, but he does have a fast repair in his pocket. All right, folks.
That's one.
Go ahead.
That's one thing I will say about Zach. He is a very aggressive driver, but just like you said a couple weeks ago, if you look at the record book, he's one of the best drivers in this series.
That's the thing. So I told Zach personally, I said, man, I would hate to race against you every week. And it's not a jab. It ain't a jab. I would hate to race against him every week, but man, I love to call him every week because, Christian, you know just as well as I do, you race with him. It don't matter if it's lap 1 of a 200 lap race or if it's lap 199. Zach's going 110%. And I love calling that. I mean, that gives me perfect action to call up here in the booth. And I love it.
Yeah, it's always fun to race against him because you're always going to get 100% no matter what.
And it don't matter. It don't matter. Zach's going to be going hard no matter what lap it is. But we're live now, Bubba. Everything should be all right. And
hopefully log some laps.
Yeah, hopefully get some laps here. I'm so confident I'm even going to get rid of this right here. Ever see Joe the Show Burchett in the 83 gets a great jump. That 78 machine's going to fall down in front of him. I think that's Catalano. I'm not sure with all these different numbers. And now we're just turning laps at this point, folks. You just want to have another big wreck with Craig Smith, I know for sure, involved. At this point, we're going to have to start maybe evaluating some of the drivers in here. And I don't like doing that. But, Christian, if you can tell me who the wrecks own, I will go back and look for it whenever you find it. I know Greg Smith for sure is one of the drivers. I can go to him right now and see.
It was Greg Smith for sure. It just looks like another one of the deals that everybody's being over anxious.
Let's see here. So Greg goes to the just gets into the 51 in front of him. Okay, so I thought Greg may have got wrecked. No. We got league veterans that are coming out here and not showing a good representation of the league right now, I don't think. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here to the point where I'm about to go across as race control and maybe have a little chat with these guys because I don't like what I'm seeing right here, Christian Pittman.
Yeah, as I was looking at the rack, kind of looks like Greg was coming up, but it also looked like the guy was kind of coming down the corner, going for the same piece of real estate, and made contact. But
same piece of real estate, 2 cars, you can't occupy 2 spots. We'll let him go one more time, Christian, before we put the race control hammer down because I know Josh is about like me. He's out there racing. He definitely wants to turn laps, so he won't let this monkey business go on much longer. He's going to end up telling him to calm down. But kudos to Joshua Sexton. Look at that. Started P17 and currently 6th on the grid. And then Michael Bayan behind him in the 35 machine, Christian, started 22, currently up to P7.
Just shows you if you're patient.
Oh, we lost Christian there, but I think he was saying if you're patient, it will pay off. Christian Pittman, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. I think just trying to work out the technical difficulties on the computer now.
Yeah, there's kinks. So, are you on your PC right now?
I was, and then when I just texted you a second ago, it crashed my Discord again. So, trying to get it hooked up while we're watching the race.
No, you're good. Just use your phone because I saw you throughput a while ago.
Yeah, I don't understand what it does. Maybe somebody out there watching the race can explain it. But anytime I put it onto my computer, it just bogs the computer down.
What he's talking about Discord. And anytime he opens up Discord on his PC, and he has a good PC, it's not like he's running iRacing on a potato. He has a very good PC. But the lights are off on the pace car, and Joshua Sexton just told him they need to calm down or get lost. So lights off on the pace car. We're about to go green flag racing one more time again on lap 20, coming to lap 21 at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Here we go.
And Joe gets a good jump. Jake Silva in the 78 machine. I don't think he's going to be able to get down this time like he was last time. So not nearly as lucky fighting on the outside, but he is. Ooh, he kind of just cleared himself in front of the Catalano brother. And the Catalano brother is a guy you don't want to do that too many times with because he's a lot like Zach Murphy. He's go, and I hear carnage behind him, Christian.
Looks like we're going to stay green. I think they all got it sorted out.
So look, since we'll go to most exciting, and we'll let iRacing dictate what we see here. I'm not really sure how this works. They can see they might be single file in the front, Christian. They're not single file to back the pack. They're fighting for every position they can.
Yeah, these guys definitely racing really hard early on in this one.
But I understand it to a point because say you qualify P5, P6, you're up towards the front and you get involved in a wreck that wasn't your fault and then a restart happens, you got to fight for every position you can get. So, I mean, I understand it, but when you're out there on the racetrack, it sucks. I mean, it just sucks.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do is qualify good and get taken out and have to go try to fight your way through the field because all you're thinking about is how you want to get back to the front.
Exactly, and I mean, I know we've had some great qualifiers go to the back. How do I know that? Well, I mean, Joshua Sexton and Ken Ziem started 17th and 22, and they're currently up in the top 5. But
we are
cars
3
everywhere.
wide.
We have cars everywhere right now.
You got Zach Murphy in the back as well, trying to make his way through the field.
Zach Murphy, let's go to Zach Murphy because you know he's not content where he's at if he's not in first place. Oh, we have a car.
Oh, we got trouble.
That's the 12 car of Ed Brown. Looks like he kind of just got turned right there, but we'll watch it back. I got the hiccup. We'll watch it back and see what happens here. As you see the 6 machine down on his inside. The 46 is Jimmy Weaver. They make slight contact right there, Christian. And Jimmy Weaver just gets in there. Ooh, I don't like that. Got in there a little hot and had no regards for the guy in front of him.
Yeah, he was going to make that corner no matter what.
Yep.
I was just back here trying to save my stuff.
He wasn't making the corner, and I feel Ed Brown what he's saying. I was just back here trying to save my stuff. Next thing I knew, I'm looking at the outside wall, and I feel for him. That's a tough break.
Especially having to go 150 laps on a single set of tires.
You're right. So that's a great segue right there, Christian. So normally in this series, Christian, I give y'all, or me and Josh, Crooked Line Racing, actually, we give y'all one extra set of tires. Meaning you start the race on a set of tires, but then midway through the race, you have a set of tires in the pits. Explain tonight what's going on. What's happening with these drivers here tonight and their tire situation.
Tonight we're testing out something because some guys want to be able to race as what we normally do at the local short tracks, and that's go the whole race on the same set of tires. So tonight we're testing out to see if we can do the whole 150 laps on the single set of tires. And so tonight everybody has one set of tires. So what you start the race with is what you got all night. So that's going to be a thing you guys may want to keep an eye out for tonight, is that everybody has the same set of tires on their car. So you may have some people run mid-pack for most of the race and then at the end come to save some tires.
But in order for that to happen, we gotta have some green flag laps. We're lap 30 now, and I don't know if we've clicked off more than 3 laps in a row yet. So something's gotta give at some point. You know, these people. I say it all the time in officials, and this is gonna sound like a bad thing for me to say, but I've told somebody before in the officials when we were racing, I was like, if you're gonna wreck, just junk your car and get out of here. You know, like if you're gonna wreck constantly, maybe that second or third time you're involved in a wreck, maybe your car's junk, so you can just. It's obviously, we've all had them. We've all had them bad races where no matter what happens, we're in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And I don't think none of these drivers out here are bad drivers tonight. I think they're being a little bit overconfident. I think they might be being a little bit over aggressive. But 150 laps, like you said, let's calm down.
Yeah, and I'm no person to talk about calming down because as soon as the green flag drops, you know it as well as I do, Tanner. Me and you, we're trying to get to the front as soon as the green flag drops. But tonight's going to be about. I don't think the fastest driver wins tonight. I think the most patient driver will win the race tonight.
You're exactly right. I mean, as we look at the grid or the current positions versus where they started at in the grid, you got Michael Bean, like I said earlier, started 22 up to P11. Keith Mack started 21st up to 9th. Sexton started 17 up to 7th. Ken Ziem started 19 up to 6th. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Jason Raymond started 12th and 4th. As the lights are off on the pace car, about to make a hard left turn. I'm going to let you call a start here, Chris.
Joe's trying to hold him here. Joe gets a really good restart again. Not as good as usual. Looks like Jake's going to be able to clear himself into 1-0, and we've got trouble again.
Trouble. Easy on the language. Sorry, we apologize for the language. Matter of fact, let's turn them down so that don't happen again. That was a weird restart. I'm almost thinking, Christian, if you can tell me who was involved in that wreck, I think that was a product of the. So the restart looked like it changed a little bit right then. It wasn't
He went a lot later than he had been going. I noticed
right,
that.
and it. I mean, he's the leader. He can do that. It's his prerogative, you know. But as we pull it up on the screen here, that's the wrong guy. Let's
It
see.
looks like it was Ken Zeems was who.
Ken Zeems was involved in it, huh?
It looks like he got same thing we've seen all night, just getting knocked over and going into the corner.
Yep, the 48 machine just man. Michael Murray just kind of got in there a little hot, ran him over. All right, Chris and I am about to go across on race control real quick. I will be right back. All right, drivers, I'm live in the booth right now, but I don't care. If I keep seeing people run over each other in the corners with no regards to the guys in front of you, I'm booting you out. We've never had this many cautions on a Tuesday night race, and we're not going to start now. A lot of people out here have patience. There's no need to try to gain 3 spots every restart. It's a short track. Cautions are going to happen, but I've seen the last 3 cautions have been caused because somebody ran somebody over. Come on now. We're all better than this. I'm not sure what he said, but I probably don't want to know what he said.
Yeah, I think people don't foul everything. They should know that the lap cars ain't gonna be outside.
Let's see here. We still got Joe the Show, started P2. He's currently leading this race, and Jake Silva. So the front 2 guys, Christian, they have not moved. I mean, they've been there since the start. They've been able to keep it clean, and they're the only one that's really left them from up there is Trevor Catalano on that 54 machine. He's currently falling down the grid, so he may be on pit lane here.
Yeah, I think he took it down pit road.
Well, I just went to his name, and I am not finding him.
It looks like his quality is down. It looks like he made
Okay, he's blinking right
some
now.
connection troubles. Yeah.
Okay. So we talk about it all the time with Zach. iRacing is great. It's the closest thing you can get to sitting in a real car, but it still has its quirks. You got net code. You have, I mean, you think about it, folks. You're sitting at home without a shirt on in your living room, in your bedroom, and you're racing against somebody that lives in California all the way across the nation. So there's going to be problems, and that's what we're seeing right now. Trevor Catalano is currently having issues. I hope he's able to get it resolved as the lights go off on the pace car one more time.
And it looks like Joe's going to hold him slow again, and he's off. Joe gets a better restart there, and it looks like Jake's going to be able to clear himself into 1 and 2.
Yep, Jake was able to clear himself, but look who's there now. Jason Raymond in that 44 machine. He's been really quiet all night. He started in the back of the pack, but he's showing good race pace here tonight, and he's showing good awareness. We have drivers running over each other again.
Man, this is. I'm glad that we have the races like this, the preseason races, to be able to figure out everything we need to work on.
Let's find out who it was, Christian.
Checking it out now.
All y'all got to do is start calling them out. Just start saying names.
It was Alexander again in the 48 car. Looks like he got a little bit of contact, or not the 48 car, sorry, the 13 car.
Let's see, we're sitting here watching it right now. He's behind Joshua Sexton. Trying to see. Just gets a little loop. Okay, we'll count that as a racing deal. That was more racing than anything.
Yeah. That's kind of the problem with tonight. It's hard to be able to tell if these guys are just hard racing or what's going on. But
Christian, look,
hopefully,
I'm going to make you. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to make you an admin here, and I want you to go across, hit F10 on your keyboard, and go to race control, and let them know that was more of a racing incident. That way, I don't have to come through over my stream and that.
Yeah. You said F10.
F10 will pull it up on your screen. It'll pull up like the radio stuff. If you can't get it, it's okay.
Set it up now.
And then under transmitter, it'll say race control down at the bottom. Now it's your admin. And it don't matter if they're talking, you will talk over them. All right, folks, we are trying to work out the kinks. Lap 40, I am super confident we're going to break off and have a great green flag run coming. But man, it can't come soon enough. Christian, you able to get it?
All right, guys, that one was a racing deal, but we're gonna watch over this race very carefully. Let's just try to keep it clean for the rest of the race.
There we go.
Yeah, I was
Weekend and watch the late models and then rain camp people.
Chris
hopefully.
across. And, oh, wow. I waited for you. I didn't want to interrupt you again, so I waited. You waited, and we talked again.
Oh no,
Go ahead.
yeah, oh no.
Hopefully that'll set the memo for him, because if not, we're gonna have to, we're just gonna have to start not booting people, but start giving out some strikes, kind of like the local short track.
Yep. I mean, that's just. It is what it is. We hate to do it, but I also hate to sit here and call caution flag laps for an hour and a half too.
Yeah, we should be.
Man, Christian, you live in Tennessee. I'm from Kentucky, dude. Are your allergies bad, or is it just mine?
My dad had it really bad, but luckily I haven't had it too bad so far this year.
That's Joe the show. I think he's going to fire off a little bit quicker. No, he's going to hold him. He's going to make him wait, and he gets a great jump. The 78 machine is going to clear himself again, I think. But that 44 machine, I'm telling you, he's a driver to watch the way he's came up through the field tonight.
Oh yeah, especially Jake Silva right in behind him. That's another guy we need to keep our eyes on. He's extremely quick.
As we go back in the pack just a little bit, I want to go to Zach Murphy, if I could, because I saw some two-wide action. Now, folks, if you remember, he went to the back earlier, and he is currently sitting P7, and he is a driver to watch. There's fireworks wherever Zach Murphy's 29 machine's at.
That is for sure. He's one of the most aggressive and talented drivers we have in this series.
We'll go on board with him right here, and we'll just see what he's seeing out his windshield here. I can see right there, Christian. Let's take this off the screen so they can get a better viewpoint. So if you watch when he's going in right here, I was really nervous about this setup being kind of loose, but you can see it's not really that loose in corner entry or in the center of the corner. And how I know that, look at that orange tape in the middle, folks. See that orange tape on the steering wheel? When that's in the middle, that means your wheels are straight. When you're cutting that wheel more than 90 degrees to the right or to the left, in this case, he's turning it to the left. Look at him right there. He's cutting that wheel really hard, trying to get that car to rotate. So that's telling me, him and that car, he's a little tight right now. So
yeah, it looks like maybe he's burned up his tires or something, but that car it's not handling the way he wants as much as he's sawing on the wheel right now.
Yeah, he is really having to work that wheel. And now we'll go to somebody like Joshua Sexton, because we know he is somebody that's just calm and collected. Where is Joshua Sexton at? I don't see him on the list.
P9.
P9. Oh, right there behind him. We'll go to Joshua Sexton, see how he's doing with the wheel. He's turning in it just as much as Zach Murphy was, but he's not going with the backwards and forth. And
yeah, he looks a lot more smooth down the straightaways than Zach was.
But a lot of that too is driving styles. I mean, Zach Murphy, he's just a worker. He's working that car. He's trying to get as much out of it as he can. Where I think somebody like Joshua Sexton at 51, he's a teammate, so we know this personally. But he don't care if he's running on lap 30, if he's running 5th or 55th. He don't care. It matters at the end of the race. But you just see he's a lot more calm in there.
Definitely tell he's trying to manage his tires. We're only on lap 52 here of 150. He may just be trying to save the tires for now.
As we cycle back up to the front, Joe the Show in 83, he is currently towing these boys around. He's leading the parade right now. They are single file up towards the front, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. People don't like single file racing, but when you've had 7 cautions in the first 50 laps, I don't mind some single file racing, because these boys are still racing for something. As you see the long line of them down the back straightaway there.
Yeah, Joe's opened his lead up to about 4/10 of a second lead over Jake, which is not a lot, but a little bit of a comfortable lead for now over Jake, especially heading into our competition caution.
Christian, I want you to remember to throw the competition caution on lap 75, okay?
10-4.
because I have my tickers or I have my banner off unless they're under caution. Now, if a caution comes out between laps 65 and 75, Christian, you know that will be counted as a competition caution.
10-4.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing here now that they got all the keys out. And look at Zach Murphy just hauls the nail in there. I think he got some help right there.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit
Ooh,
of
and
a love tap.
there's contact going down the straightaway, and then Zach Murphy is going to run him down. Let's see if we can get back here to the driver, see what's going on here. We'll see if they can sort this out or not. So
Definitely looks like
Alexander gave him a little low tap. And Zach's look at that.
looks like
Zach's
he's gonna
pushing.
return the favor.
Yeah, Zach's gonna push him back, and that's what I was about to say. Zach reminds me of like a Kevin Hart. You're not gonna push him too many times, but he's gonna eventually push back. And you see what happened. Look what happened to Alexander. He's gonna actually lose that one spot to Zach Murphy, and it looks like he might lose another spot to Casey, and he did. Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't either. Jake Baldwin was there, but he wasn't able to clear the deal here. This is about the closest racing we have on track right now. It's between Zach Murphy, Alexander, and Jake. And Joshua Sexton is around there as well. He's currently trying to knock on the door to Jake in the 33 machine, but not able to get there as of right now.
Joe's been maintaining about I've been watching the battle up front, and Joe's had about a 4/10 of a second lead over Jake, and not really pulling. So maybe as this run's going on, they've leveled out some.
And I see that. So earlier, Christian, when I looked away, it was pretty much the Joe and Jake show. They were kind of not really. I don't want to say checked out on the field because that means like a second or 2 seconds ahead, but there was a comfortable distance between second and third place. But if you look there at third place, he's fished them in. And what I mean by that, he's reeled them 2 drivers in front of him in. So that shows that third place car of Ethan Johnson has some pretty good speed.
Yeah, I was watching Ethan a little bit before we went back to the battle up front, and as of right now, it looks like he's about a 10th and a half.
Cut out there, Christian. Last thing we heard was 10 and a half, but don't look now. But these drivers ain't had to mess with it yet. But if you look out Joe Burchett, Joe the show, if you look out his windshield, that's lap traffic up there in front of him. And lap traffic's getting loose on his outside.
Loose all in front of the leaders.
That was a great save. He saved that car. I'm not sure if he saved the car or not. I think he did. That's a great save by that driver. Tough break because you got the leaders coming up. He did the right thing, Chris. He tried to get out of his way, and I think he got up into marbles right then and just lost that car coming around him.
It looks like he got a little bit nervous when the leaders came and shot up high, and I think it just snapped the car around him.
As you see, Joe the show is currently got almost up to a 7/10 of a second lap right now. I mean, he's almost 7/10 ahead of Jake in second place. Jake from State Farm. Let's give a driver spotlight to Dalton Kilroy. We haven't shown him too much tonight in that lime green and white 88 machine. As Zach Murphy is ready to park it. He is done for the night. Greg Smith as well.
Speaking of Dalton Kilroy, he started 11th on the field and has worked his way up to 8th, but he had to go to the back to avoid one of the wrecks. He came to a full stop, so he's worked his way back up to at least half of the field so far.
And I'm pretty amazed at how spread out the field is here, Christian. You got a couple different battles going on across the field with there's a few drivers checked out on the group, and then there's another group up behind them. As you see, the 16 machine of Casey I don't know. Casey in the 16 machine gets into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, we're approaching the competition caution here in about 8 laps, so be ready for that and stack this field back up.
Yeah, like I said, we're about 6 laps away from it right now, 7 laps away from it, and that's going to make this stuff interesting right here.
It looks like Ethan Johnson was able to get past Jake, and now he's reeled in Joe down to about a 3/10 of a second lead.
So Ethan Johnson started P4, so he had good qualifying pace, and it shows he has good race pace as well. So that's definitely going to be a driver to give Joe the show a running, because Chris, I don't know if you remember this or not, but Joe started 2 modified races with us in the Crooked Line Racing, and he's currently batting 1,000. He ain't lost a race yet.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was talking about in practice today. We gotta figure out some speed to be able to compete with him in this following season.
So for the ones that don't know, Season 3 of the Crooked Line Racing Tuesday night Tour Modified Fixed Racing Series will start on Tuesday, June 22nd. First race of the season will be going to the most famous track west of the Mississippi, I guess, and we'll call it the Bull Ring. So that's going to be it's a tight track, and it's could be a track with Tempest Flare, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, is that 11 car looks like to have come up in front of the field again?
Oh, maybe the competition caution will come out before Joe's show gets to him, as we have 2 laps remaining on the competition caution. But no, Joe is there
Joe is right there.
with Keith Mack and D's nuts right in front of him. They see Keith Mack do the right thing, gets up out of the way.
Just letting the drivers know we have a competition caution coming.
Alright, then 11's gonna go, man.
I agree.
Also left down, something, the wall, and everything.
I think we'll take care of that here at the caution.
He didn't even know to go around the race. Thank you, Bennett.
That will.
That'll be the competition caution.
So there you go, folks. There's the competition caution right there. That's going to re-rack them. They're going to line back up. There's a nice, good green flag run there for about 30 laps almost. So the field's getting smaller, too. So these green flag runs are going to come a lot more often.
That's a really good run, guys. This is the loosest dang race car I've ever driven in my life. My hands hurt.
We got drivers talking about the setup's a little loose.
That's kind of different because a couple of guys we were watching earlier in the race, it looked
Right.
like their cars were tight. So definitely some different opinions on the cars.
And that shows that's you're looking at different driving styles. As Michael Fox just asked if that is the Dalton Kilroy from Blazing Pedals Racing League, and it is indeed. In that 88 machine, he decided to come out here and turn some laps with us tonight. Hadn't been a good showing from the Crooked Line Series tonight due to all the early race shenanigans, we'll call it, but it's it got pretty good right then, and I think we're going to have a pretty good battle up front because these drivers have no tires, Christian, like you hit on earlier. I mean, they got what they got at this point.
Yeah, if for the viewers at home, if I was going to spotlight somebody, I'd keep my eyes on the 51 of Joshua Sexton because he was I was watching his times, and he's definitely been saving something for this final run. So I'd pay very close attention to the 51 car.
And I know Joshua Sexton, he's like one of my best friends on here. I know he likes this track. This is a good track for him. That's why I was surprised to see him just running around in 6th because I figured he'd be knocking on the leader's door for most of the race.
Yeah, I think this next 75 lap run we're going to get here is going to be when the fireworks are going to show.
I'm sorry, folks. Michael Falk just told me I need to bump my sound up just a little bit. I'm trying to confirm if it is a iRacing sound or the mic volume sound. So just give me 1 second. Like I said, we wasn't even supposed to be doing this solo tonight. I was supposed to be in here with a professional broadcaster calling the race, but you know, life happens, so that wasn't meant to be. So, oh, me and Christian were a little too loud. Okay, let's fix that real quick. Michael Fox, if you could give me a A-OK through the text message right now, Bubba. I just bumped this down just a smidge, not a whole lot. If we're too loud still, just let me know.
Yeah, you guys are getting a broadcast from a Kentucky boy and a Tennessee boy, so we're not professionals, but we're at least delivering a broadcast for all the folks at home.
Yeah, I mean, we promised a broadcast, and I don't think we've done too bad of a job, you know? First time I've ever done a broadcast solo where I'm controlling everything on a single 22-inch monitor. I can't even use my curved monitor to do this. But all that aside,
we're 1 to green.
are we loud or low? I got the iRacing turned down pretty low, Michael.
And it looks like Joe's going to bring him really slow here again. And Joe's off. It looks like a really good restart by Ethan on the outside lane. Jake's all over the back bumper into turn number 1. They're 2 by 2 behind leader. Looks like we're going to have a caution.
I was afraid of that. We're going to have cautions, breed cautions. And I'm trying to confirm now if we're too loud or iRacing's too loud. I'm not sure, Michael. Throw me a bone here and send me a message, brother. I have a feeling he's going to say iRacing is too quiet. But I keep it quiet like that because I like to be able to hear. Okay, I'm quiet, you're loud. So look, we'll solve that, Michael. That's what we do over here. We solve stuff. We're going to cut Christian down. Key up for me real quick, Christian.
Hello.
That's better. I think it's better.
That crash there was a bucket full of netcode. Holy moly. I mean, they weren't even within about 2 feet of each other, and it just caused a big pile up.
Who was it? I'm going to guess it was Ken Zeems because he said GG.
Holy moly. he flipped about 3 times and landed like a turtle.
So I can see right here.
Jimmy Weaver.
Ooh, they kind of wrecked in front of him. I didn't really see the net code, but man, Ken Zeems and that 90 machine just nowhere to go, and a lot of guys nowhere to go. And tough break for Ken Zeems. I want to show y'all something real quick. He was really close to getting that machine flipped back over and on his wheels, and when that blue car right there hit him, that kept him from actually landing on his wheels. The way the iRacing physics is, look, he's got momentum coming over. Nope. That's a tough break. Tough
Tanner,
break.
go to the camera angle of far chase on Jimmy Weaver going in the corner, and just look how insane the net code is.
Far chase on Jimmy Weaver, guys. Oh, I kind of saw it on the going backwards right then. So we'll kind of slow-mo it. We get that off our screen. See what happens here. So this is what I was talking about, guys. I mean, if you're sitting in your living room, in your bedroom, you're racing somebody across the nation, this is the kind of stuff that can and will happen from time to time.
I mean, I could have fit a car through there.
Oh,
I mean, it was
my
a big
goodness.
gap.
So, folks, in iRacing's mind, they call it prediction code, basically. And I'm not going to give you a full course on net code and everything here, but iRacing thinks that white car is down lower, or the black car of Ken Zeems is up higher. In iRacing servers, they're hitting right there. But I mean, y'all see, clear as day. There's daylight between them drivers. But that's iRacing. You got to take the good with the bad, and tough break for all the drivers that were involved in that tonight, Christian.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, but they'll recover, and luckily for tonight, it's just a
fun run tonight, you know, and courtesy of Five Kings Motorsports, they will be having their entry fee paid for season 3. It's only $15, but hey, you get to race the whole season for free and get a chance at winning a butt kicker game or two.
It's kind of like winning the Busch Clash in the NASCAR series. I mean, you win the first non-official race, but official race of the season, you got a lot of momentum coming into the next season.
You're exactly right. We see that pace car about to make a hard left-hand turn on the pit road, and Joe the Show hung back a little bit. He didn't really stay up there with second place, and it kind of cost him a little bit. As you see the 51, or I can't tell if that's 51 or what that is on the side of his car. It's Ethan Johnson, and actually the 30 machine is what iRacing telling us. Ethan Johnson is there, and
he is all over the map.
He just wrecked the leader. The 83 has led every lap of this race, and no caution. Caution is not out.
Wow.
I cannot believe that. I shouldn't say this because I should not be biased in the booth, but I pray a caution comes out because I know Joe the Show will be back up there.
Yeah, that was wow.
That was a pretty bad move right there. I mean, I want to go back and watch it, but we're still racing, so I can't. It wasn't intentional, I don't think. I think, if anything, he meant to just kind of bump and run him. But, man, oh, man, that's a tough break. And, look, he's opened up a great lead over second place.
Yeah, I mean, that was nothing intentional, but, I mean, on lap 87, that's a little bit early to be making a move like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're still 60 laps into this race, left in this race. But, oh, well, it's water under the bridge now. We got Ethan Johnson, that 30 machine. He is currently P1. And, he showed good pace all night, so At some point, you don't want to play follow the leader anymore, and he thought, well, at lap 87, it's time I quit playing follow the leader. He may have just wanted to kind of bump Joe the Show up out of the groove a little bit and get a run on him. But I mean, these cars, they have them big wheels. They do have a lot of grip, but they are on edge. So I mean, you upset that car just a little bit, and you will pay the ultimate price, and that's what happened to Joe the Show right there.
Yeah, and to not change the subject, but Dalton Kiro has gotten his way up to third, and Joshua Section's up to fourth now.
Dang.
I'm telling you.
And there's the caution.
There's the caution out right there. Normally, I wouldn't even want to see the caution, but I'm glad for Joe the Show.
Damn humming on me, buddy.
Yeah, that one was a racing deal, but I think that's going to add some very interesting last 50 laps to this race.
Let me know who it was, Christian, and we'll pull it up. See what we got. Oh, Keith Mack has a destroyed front end. I think he's hit everything but the snack bar. Still your joke.
Yeah, my grandpa watching will love that. Hit everything but the snack bar like Joey Logano.
Yeah, we don't like Joey around here.
It looks like it was Keith Mack.
I knew it, man. I could tell by the way his car was destroyed. I just didn't want to go back and watch a bunch of laps. It wasn't him.
It's lap 92. It looks like he was trying to let Joe go and just got the worst of it.
See, that's a product of what I just said earlier, though. You try to let the leader by. He gets up too high. He's in the marbles up there. We'll go to his cockpit cam. I mean, he is he gets up there. He gets in there way too hot. We'll pause it for a second. He gets in there way too hot. He's trying to do the correct thing and get out of Joe's way because he knows Joe is faster. He knows Joe's led every race or every lap, and he knows Joe just got spun with no caution. So he's getting over to get out of his way and get up in the marbles and just car don't turn. It don't
looks
turn.
like he had got it saved.
He gathered
like
up.
Got into
Yeah, he had it gathered up, but he kind of got arca braked right then.
Yeah. But speaking about the snack bar and Joey Logano, for anybody watching, me and Tanner are huge Kyle Busch fans, so we are not Joey Logano fans.
Yeah, Joey is. I mean, I hate watching him on super speedways. I hate watching him on everything.
No, I'm planning on next year.
I think this next restart here is going to be really exciting especially with Joshua Section now up to third. Looks like he got past Dalton Kilrow.
And we got a pink car up there too. That's Ryan Libby. I know you raced with him, so I've raced him in a lot of super late model races, and he's a really fast driver. I was curious why he was running in the back earlier.
Yeah, he's a really talented driver. Maybe he was doing kind of thing we've talked about all night of saving his tires and trying to have something here for the last 50-lap shootout we're getting ready to have.
I think so. And I think Jake Silva in the 78 machine, I think he's kind of just been biding his time this whole time. I don't think he's really shown us what he has yet. Because he's been up in the top 5 this entire race. But he has not led a lap, I don't think. And if he has, it's only been a lap or 2.
That's what I was noticing that last run before that caution came out. It looked like Ethan was about a tenth and a half slower than Jake coming there. He had opened up to about a second, and Jake cut it down really quick right before the caution came out.
Right, but I'm sure you watch the broadcast back. I say it all the time, and I'm sure you hear it. It's one thing to get to that driver. It's a whole nother story to get by him. But Ethan's already opened up the door to a bump and run. Once you see a driver do that, gloves are off. But Ethan gets a great jump. If you run away from that guy in second place, the bump and run can't happen. So Ethan's just trying not to let his mirror get full with that 78 machine behind him. And that 46 machine, it is digging. He is coming. I promise you that.
Yeah, we're going to have to let Ethan know, obviously not tonight, but further for the league. We can't change the lines before the start-finish line. He came up way before the start-finish line.
Yes, that is very good. I wasn't even really paying attention. I saw it happen, but didn't acknowledge it. Let's see who we got spun this time. Was it Keith Mack again? It was Keith Mack again. I can tell he had damage again.
It was in front of him. It was in front of him.
Let's say, man, I really don't have to kick out Keith.
Sadly, it was Jason Raymond, and he was having a good run tonight. It looks like him and Jimmy Weaver made a little bit of contact on entry.
Crooked line race. Crooked line race.
Well, 16. Thank you, sir. I won't beat you.
Jack.
That was, yep, Jimmy Weaver's gotten there a little hot. in our league, that would be an EOL right there. And I kind of want
Yeah,
to do it, but I
Can you turn
can't.
into a mod? Or
yeah, we didn't lay out all the rules, but I'm gonna give him a
I've
warning
been
over the radio that
my dad's
following next week in the
NASCAR
league, you can't change
thing
lanes
for
before start finish
for a
line.
while. Not saying that way, but I wasn't allowed to race till I was like 17.
See, Ethan Johnson, he likes these caution laps because it just keeps on clicking off laps. That's laps you don't have to race.
Yeah, not it's all right now. I mean, he's got a lot of
Right now, caution laps are his hero because I think over a long run, Jake's gonna have something for him.
I think so.
You've been a team for a while, right? All right, guys. Not tonight, but if you guys join our league, we are not allowed to change lanes until the start finish line. Just keep that in your mind for next week when the season starts. Yeah, he ran seventh. Bowman drove from.
Hopefully that'll get it
All
to
right.
him because Tanner, you can vouch for me here. Been a couple of races where I've been penalized for doing that and just forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny you was the one that noticed that because you have been on the receiving end of that penalty before.
Yeah, it's probably the most crushing penalty you get because you don't normally change lanes at the start finish line unless you're the leader, and then got to take the old EOL penalty.
Nothing like the NASCAR stuff.
Yep, and it's a tough penalty because it puts you in the back of the line, end of the line.
Racing is not there. Like I'm racing Sunday at Southern National, racing Diaz's car.
Well, I've enjoyed it with you, Tanner, and I hope everybody else has enjoyed it so far tonight. We may not be the best, but we've provided at least some quality entertainment.
Right. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I mean, I'll be honest. I like to be out there racing because I'm a racer at heart. But I like bringing content out too. I like this. It's all right.
No, I think
I want to ask you, and me and Zach normally don't do this in the booth because it seems to put a curse on the drivers. But Zach's not here. Who you got? Who you picking to win this race tonight?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Who you got?
I'm gonna take Jake tonight. I think Jake will come away with this one.
I'm gonna take Ryan Libby in the 26 machine, even though it shows 46 on the side of his car. And I'm gonna have Joshua Sexton finishing second, and Kilroy in the 88 finishing third.
We gotta watch out. We got Joe Burchett all the way back up to sixth place already, or seventh place already.
Ooh, you see the 51 machine of Ethan Johnson, actually 30 machine, but 51 on the side of his car gets a great jump.
And now you've got Jake falling right behind. We've got one car way up, but he won't bring out the caution.
And they're wrecking behind him, a huge wreck. I see cars flipping.
Huge wreck on the back straightaway. Wow.
Can we just go green again?
Holy moly, Tanner. That was a brutal one. Jack Baldwin. Man, wow. What a ride.
Let's see if we can go back and...
That's probably the first time netcode has ever helped me.
Well, if we can find him on the list, we'll go. He is currently in pit road. So they take the green flag. He's on the inside of the 60 machine here, and let's see. I think they start. Oh, yep, wrecking in front of him. That was Dalton actually wrecking in front of him. And oh my goodness gracious, he just is along for the ride.
Yeah, just an absolutely brutal ride for him tonight.
Yeah, at one point you just gotta let go and say, "Jesus, take the wheel, please." We see slight contact between the 79 and I'm not sure who that was, and then the 46 is on his outside, nowhere to go, and then the 33 is just on a roller coaster
at that point.
Yeah, just a passenger.
Well, yet again, these caution laps are helping out Ethan, but I want to note that Joe has worked his way back up to fifth, so we may have some fireworks when Joe gets back up here.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also know that Joe Burchett, he's actually a really, really clean driver. So the last week of the mod race, I can't remember if he was following Jason Day or Zach Murphy or you. It was one of y'all three guys that are, of course, always up front. But he ran second for a long, long time, and he just followed. And, I mean, he followed, and he followed. And I was starting to think he wasn't ever going to make a move, and then before I knew it, he was winning the race, you know. So he's really, really patient. He reminds me a lot of Joshua Sexton, really.
Yeah, he the week before we were at Five Flags, and man, he rode behind me for about 75 laps. And then at the very end, he just took advantage of me and was able to win the race.
There you go. Little shameless plug right here as we're riding on that right rear suspension of Joshua Sexton in a 51 machine. Bam Racing Videos. It's Brandon Mettler. He's on our race team, 5 Kings Motorsports. If you like sim racing, then I know you like real life racing. Bam Racing Videos is your one-stop shop, your one-stop place you need to go for all your local short track racing. He goes to any tracks that's in Florida, all the way up to New York, Maine, California. He goes everywhere to cover these big major short track events. Again, it's BAM Racing Videos. That's for all your dirt racing and asphalt racing video needs in real life videos. One more time, that is BAM Racing Videos.
Another sponsor we'd like to shout out would be MF Racing Designs. An absolute, that's Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs. His paint schemes are some of the best you can get on iRacing, and he's normally pretty available, and they're whatever you want, he'll get it for you perfect.
So I'm not sure. I don't think we have an MF design out here right now.
Tanner, you may want to go live. We're about to go back green.
Dude, that was a great call right there, Bubba. Great job. Is the stream messed up?
It was, but now we're back.
Okay, I was like, it was frozen on my end, I saw. Okay, as you see, Ethan Johnson, the 30 machine, the 51 machine on the side of his car, he actually is looking really, really strong right now.
And Ryan Libby was able to get by Jake when we had a little technical difficulty. Ryan Libby has worked his way up to second.
And Joe the Show is currently looking to the inside of Jake in the 78 machine. These two drivers right there, they were 1-2 for the longest time of this race. And you know, Joe the Show in that 83 machine, he wants to get up there to Ethan Johnson and say, "Hey, I got a present for you, sir."
Definitely can tell Joe is sawing on the wheel right now, trying to do everything he can in the next 35 laps to get back to Ethan Johnson.
I mean, 35 laps, Christian, it sounds like a whole lot of laps, but buddy, you know, you're in there, you're turning 18-second laps, them 30 laps, they go by in a blink of an eye. So you, at this point, the gloves are off. You got to go, go, go.
Yeah, at this point, there's no more riding. You got to make your moves. If the opportunity's there, you got to go.
And tires are shot. Tempers are blown. You know, the fuses are gone. Tires are shot. So, and the racetrack, it has more grip on it now than what it's had all night. The sun is currently not even out on this track right now. I'm in the show's cockpit right now. And there's cloud cover on this track. So, Joe's going to be trying to push it right here as much as he can, but how much can you ask out of them tires?
Yeah, I mean, especially right now, it looks like Ethan is able to keep about half a second lead over Ryan Libby, so they're kind of equaled out. So, I'd like to see if Joe could get around Jake, if that would help the battle for the lead.
As you see here, he's currently just riding in his tire tracks, we'll say. But I say it every week, Christian. Getting to somebody is only 1/4 of the battle. The other 3/4 of the battle, you got to get by that driver, and that's the hardest thing to do on these short tracks. They're one-lane tracks, and sometimes in order to get by somebody, Christian, we saw it earlier when Ethan got in the back of Joe the Show and took the lead. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, especially on a short track, you got to be able to use the bumper sometimes, and with only 30 laps to go, Joe's going to have to start making his moves very quickly.
Yes, you can't just let laps click off at this point, like we said. You got to go, go, go. But I'm beginning to wonder, Christian, if he's hit his, if he's kind of plateaued now, because we have seen him lead this entire race tonight, and his tires may already be shot, Bubba.
Yeah, they may be shot, but man, Ryan Libby's tires aren't shot right now. He is reeled in. Oh, and now we've got a late race caution.
It was Jake Baldwin, I guess, because he is talking over the radio again.
Looks like maybe a lap car. It's lap 116.
It's the 79 machine.
Looks like he got loose and then Jake checked up and just caused kind of a check up, but they were 3 wide. It's kind of a weird wreck.
He got loose and he gathered it up, but he got disconnected right then too. I saw that. I mean, he got DQ'd. But yeah, let's watch that one more time. So the guy in front of him in the 79 machine gets loose. He saves the car. He gets down the apron. It kind of wiggles a little bit, and when it wiggles like that, I mean, it's just there's nowhere to go then, you know. Jake is trying to pass him, you know, trying to get around him because he wants to pass that guy on his outside. And I'm not even sure if they touched, Christian, to be honest.
Yeah, it may have been one of the netcode deals here tonight. But to change the subject on you, man, Ryan Libby was absolutely reeling in Ethan. And obviously we've said it's hard, a lot harder to get by him, but it's kind of like he threw out the fishing rod and was reeling him in almost about, I'd say almost half a second quicker for about 2 laps and was able to get right on his back bumper.
Oh, well. So, yeah, you see right here, I mean, there's net code there, but that's one of them type of net codes, Christian, where those drivers were going to hit anyways. Net code kind of made them hit before they actually was, quote-unquote, going to hit. But, yeah, those drivers were going to hit, so that's no harm, no foul. Guy got loose, lost the car, tried to save it. But, yeah, speaking of Ryan Libby, I think he's ready to go. He caught the memo from us in the booth that it's no more time to wait. It's time to go. We're going green with about 25 laps to go, so it's go time.
People always want you to wait till the last lap to make a move, man. It's better to make it as soon as the opportunity's there and run with it.
You're exactly right, because you wait till the last lap move, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. That means you have, in the words of Eminem, you have one shot, one opportunity. And then if you can't seize it in that last lap, you got no more mulligans. You got no more here, I'll get you next time, because next time's going to be on a different racetrack and a different race.
That was like last night in the late model or super late model series, man. Me and you, we had one shot to make a gamble and take fresh tires, and we did, and it paid off very well for me and you.
Well, it should have paid off a little bit better, but we won't even go into that. But it should have paid off a lot better, and I'm still pretty salty about it, to be honest. To have somebody intentionally wreck themselves to manipulate the outcome of a race, don't sit very well with me. But oh well, we're here now with the Tuesday Night Tour Modified Series. They're not. We are. Lights are off on the pace car, and we're going to be going back green flag racing with about 26 laps to go here.
26 lap shootout here.
Yeah,
and,
just think about it, Simon Birch. Call this action right here.
And here we are, and we're off. Looks like Ethan's going to be able to clear him yet again. And now you got Jake to the inside and Joe to the inside of Ryan Libby. This is exactly what Ethan wants to see right now. A lot of racing going on behind him in the mirror. Can be able to pull away.
You're exactly right, because once them drivers get side by side, they're battling hard like that, their lap times, they plummet, because you're not nearly as fast when you race somebody hard, because you don't want to get into that guy you're racing hard. But Ethan Johnson, what he don't want to see right now, he does not want to look in that mirror and see that bright yellow car behind him.
Man, Joe is all over the track right now trying to find some grip to be able to get back to Ethan.
I mean, I'll be honest, I shouldn't say this kind of stuff, but this was Joe's race to win, and I don't think he lost it either. If he finishes second or third this race, yeah, the record books will say he lost, but I don't think he lost this race. I mean, he kind of got ran over to lose the lead, but no harm, no foul when you're racing, I guess.
That time by everybody, the top three were all 18.8, so it looks like everybody's even, but I've noticed as the long run goes, Ethan, and we've got another caution. And I think this is going to be the restart Joe needs.
Hey, he's going to be firing off right behind him. Ryan Libby, your pick to win, or did you pick Ryan Libby to win? Who'd you pick to win? Jake. You picked Jake.
Ooh, I think I picked Jake, yeah.
Ryan Libby just manually disconnected, so that makes me believe that maybe he was involved.
Go to lap 127 on number 31.
I see that right now. What are they talking about, Christian? I can't hear them.
What are you guys talking about? Second, the pace car pulls off the last two restarts. Last one not as much, but the one before that was a lot worse. But just pace speed drops. Not though. I'd say about 4 car lengths off the pace car, and I keep that all the way around the corner. You just may think I'm slowing down.
I'm completely unbiased because I don't know neither drivers. I will say there's been one restart where you did kind of stack the field up, but I mean, you're the leader. No harm, no foul. It's not a league race. If it was a league race, race control would tell you to match pace speed.
Sounds like Jake's getting a little bit annoyed with him bringing it back like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely I don't like it when somebody just outright lies when they know
I mean, not gonna go.
when they know they're doing something. You know, about like last night, dude knew he wrecked himself on purpose. You know, to bring the caution out because he had a fresh set of tires on the pitch when nobody else did. He knew he did it. If I'm gonna call you out on it, just man up and say, yeah, I did it. I know, yeah, I did it. So we're all grown men at the end of the day. You know, he knows he's stacking the field up. He's done it. He's done it at least once because I thought about it a while ago. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for Ethan, he's loving it because he's able to get such a big jump, but the rest of the competitors are not very happy with that, and I would have probably came over the radio and said something as well.
Exactly. And I mean, if I'm the leader, I don't want to do it because I don't want to say that because I don't want to say I want to race with integrity because Ethan is racing with integrity. He's competitive. He wants to go out here and win. He wants to win just like the other 24 drivers that suited up here tonight wants to win. But what it's causing, one, it's giving Ethan a great jump because not only does he have the gun in his hand, he gets to pick when he shoots that. He gets to pick when he fires that bullet out per se. He's also slowing everybody down to where they gotta hit the brakes, and before they know it, they're going straight from brake to gas, and you just can't time it. You can't time it. It's impossible to time it.
It's almost like one of those deals where if you're starting second, you may want to jump it a little bit because you know he's going to stack it up. You jump it, and then he goes, and you guys are even into one.
So I shouldn't say this because I'm a race admin, but I say it all the time. I am a racer first before I'm anything else. And if I'm lined up second, P2 on the grid, Christian, I don't know if you ever noticed or not. I'm a half car length out on the guy on the inside of me, the leader.
You gotta be.
You have
to
be.
be.
I mean, you gotta be. You gotta. I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot because somebody else might be playing games. So when I line up about a half a car length out on the leader, that's giving me a little bit of a cushion. I still can't go before he does, but when he goes, by the time I recognize that he's going, I'm able to go. But the lights are off on the pace car, and hopefully get a green flag.
And another wow.
And he did it again.
Changed the restart there, and but it looks like Joe's going to be able to get to the inside of Jake, and maybe Joe will be able to reel him in here.
It's not even the fact that he's changing the restart or where he goes, because he's the leader. That's what he can do. He's earned that right. It's the fact that he's slowing down so far, and he can't say he's not slowing down because the pace car pulled away from him that time. But, oh well, we're in the booth. We're not on the racetrack. We're not racing Tro, so we'll have to just let it go. As you see, Ethan, he is got a nice little lead, but look who's behind him.
You may want to bump your live button. You're about 10 seconds behind.
But you see, he is a good call. He is slowly but surely creeping up. I don't know why it does that sometimes because I didn't even go back that time, so I'm not sure why it goes from live.
That time by, it looked like Ethan was about a little bit slower. Not very much, but a little bit slower than Joe. So maybe if we can stay green to the end, Joe will be able to run him back down.
So I said 18.798 last time by for Ethan with Joe the show 18.766 that time by to an 18.783. So he is a little bit quicker that time by, Christian, but I mean, you're coming down to the nitty-gritty points of this race. We're about 15 laps out, about 19 right now, 18, but if you're just a little bit faster, I don't think you'll ever get to that driver.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to get to the rear bumper of him, especially if he's only about, a tenth or something faster than him.
So I've noticed right here, Ethan, he's running a little bit different line, but of course, as I say this, he goes back down low. But let's see if he does it here in 1 and 2 when he comes back around. It looks like he's running a full groove up. And of course, he's not going to do it this time.
Yeah,
a little bit, but not much. Yeah, I mean, it's just every time I try to call something in the booth up here, y'all change it instantly. That's just the way y'all do. It's like y'all can hear me.
I agree with what we were talking about earlier. Maybe Joe's plateaued out here. Ethan's opened up to about an 0.8 of a second lead over him now.
And that time by, Joe the show was 18.995. Those are fast laps to be clicking off this late in the race. And Ethan Johnson with an 18.893. So I mean, the drivers are really close on pace, but Ethan's just outpacing him by a quarter of a tenth of a second,
Yeah, I think that's our biggest issue right now. Is if we were able to stack him back up, maybe we can give Joe another chance. But Joe's gonna have to start searching all over the track here with 10 laps to go.
It looks like it says Ethan Johnson's Racing on the back of it. He has that machine hooked up. That 51 machine is dialed in. He started P4 tonight, and he's currently leading them around with about 13 to 12 laps to go, and they passed this time by.
Now he's got about now almost to a 0.9 of a second lead over Joe. It's definitely Ethan's car is starting to come in over this run as well.
as we go back through the field a little bit, Joshua Sexton currently running 6. Dalton in the 88 machine, not too far out. He's a little bit, almost a second ahead of Joshua Sexton, currently sitting P5. So maybe Joshua Sexton, whenever he raced his way up to the front earlier on this race, maybe he asked too much out of his tires as well.
Yeah, the crazy thing is the fall off on these tires. Some of these guys were outpacing themselves in the race than what they ran in qualifying. So I question how much the tires fell off, or if they were able to, with all the cautions, run them through some heat cycles.
I think the heat cycles of some things, you're going to see the first 3 to 4 laps after a caution, you're going to be quick, but then you get them heat back in the tires again, you're going to fall off a cliff, as they say. I see Ethan Johnson was just almost a 19.2 that time by versus the 18.8 earlier.
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's a little bit too late, but Joe's got it down to about 0.6 of a second that time by with 6 laps to go.
Yeah, Joe wants to get to that driver. He wants to get up there to that driver. I mean, Joe led the first, I can't even remember, like the first 80 laps. He keeps keying up on iRacing too. I'm not sure if you see that. I'm not sure if that's just like a mistake by him, if he's just cutting the wheel and then hitting the button, but that's kind of funny. So that tells me if it's a mistake, Christian, he's going for everything he's got if he's working the wheel.
On the wheel.
Yes.
I'd say this, though. It's down to half a second. Half a second. That's all he's got to close up over the next 3 laps.
I just don't think he can get there, Christian. Is it going to be lap 148 this time by? I mean, it's going to take a huge mistake.
Something.
It's going to take a mistake by Ethan Johnson or a late race caution.
You can tell right there he's all the way to the wall trying to find any kind of speed behind him.
He drives it in deep right there, though, Christian. Look at that. Look how much he just rode that driver in, but Ethan Johnson's going to get the good pull off. And we're coming to 2 laps to go, presented by BAM Racing Videos. 2 laps to go, presented by BAM Racing Videos.
He is trying to get there as hard as he can right now.
As Christian, we're coming to the white flag this time by with Ethan Johnson currently leading. The race dominator up to this point was Joe Burchett. And Ethan Johnson says race dominator no more. He just led. We're coming to the checker flag this time by.
Joe's there.
I don't think he's close enough though, Ethan. He's not. It's gonna be. I mean, Christian.
Man, I'm shocked that he's rooting for the best.
It's gonna be Ethan Johnson.
I think it's gonna be Ethan Johnson taking the win here.
Yep, Ethan Johnson just crossed the line first. He wins the first of 2 Crooked Line recruitment races. We'll be here next Tuesday night. So we haven't picked the track just yet, but we will be here next Tuesday night.
Guys, top 3 to the front stretch.
Christian, if you could key up and say we're going to interview the top 3 over iRacing, please.
Top 3. We're going to interview you guys over iRacing. Me and Tanner up here in the booth.
I just see the 16 machine come up there and give Ethan Johnson a congratulatory bump. What we'll do, Christian, I'll ask the first question. I'll let you ask the second question. You know how me and Zach do it. I'll ask the first question, you ask the second question, and then throw it back to me, and I'll ask them see if they have any sponsors, because I know how we got to throw it back out. All right?
Yeah, 10-4.
All right, we'll start out with our 3rd place finisher, Jake Silva. Jake, this is Tanner and Christian in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So, Jake, I watched you. I mean, you were not only in the show, but you was a part of the show for a huge portion of that race tonight. And I mean, you saw the fireworks between Joe and Ethan there. Coming to the end of that race right then, do you think you would have had a shot if Joe would have got to Ethan right then? If maybe fireworks would have happened again between them 2 drivers?
I think for sure. I mean, I was just kind of a little bit too patient early on, and then missed my opportunity to get the lead, and Ethan was just getting me on the restarts there. That's really where I was lacking.
Christian?
All right, Jake. Now I got another question for you. You went 150 laps on a single set of tires. Do you feel like as the run went on that you were burning up your tires, or did they kind of plateau out at some point? I honestly, I feel like I had better tires in the top 2 there at the end. I was just a little bit too patient with it, hoping there was going to be another quick yellow and maybe get another shot at a restart on the bottom. But I just kind of sat and saved them the whole race, so I saw a lot of cars just kind of pushing and blowing through their tires, and I just really wasn't.
I mean, Jake, I even talked about that on the broadcast. How you never fell outside the top 3 to 4. I think one time you fell back to fourth, but man, you didn't stay there very long. You had a very very fast car tonight. So congratulations on your podium finish, Jake. And before we let you go, and hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday. By the way, we'll have another recruitment race. But before we let you go, Jake, you got any sponsors or shout outs you want to throw out there before we get to talk to Joe and Ethan?
I just want to thank you guys for putting the show on and letting me come out and run this. It was a lot of fun.
Right on, Jake. And like I said, we'll be here next Tuesday night, and we hope to have you back again.
Yeah, man, we hope to be able to have you in the league this season.
All right, Joe, the show actually left. So, Ethan Johnson, Joe elected to not be interviewed tonight. Ethan, you got a copy? This is Christian attending in the booth.
Yeah, I got you.
So, Ethan, I'm going to call you Ethan the Intimidator Johnson. So, I mean, you were obviously really fast. Like I told Jake, you didn't fall outside very much of the top 5. And, I mean, there towards the middle portion of the race, yes, Joe led most of the laps up to that point. But, man, there for a while, you were playing follow the leader with him. And I knew at some point you had to get into him. Whenever you got into him like that, was you expecting to turn him, or was it kind of just a bump and run, or was it accidental? Talk me through your race.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for getting into Joe. It really wasn't. I didn't mean to get into that hard and get into him and screw him that much, but I mean, I feel like it was pretty follow the leader there for a little bit. I know these cars are hard to pass, and it's definitely hard to get by somebody and run them down when you're right behind them. I've learned
Hold
that
on,
in
Christian.
official races before, so I really had to try something. And again, I just got into him a little bit too hard.
I want to ask you one
All
more
in
thing.
all, I mean, I feel like the race was pretty good. Tires went away a lot more than I anticipated there at the end, but I feel like since we were the leader and having that control over the restart, we were able to get a good gap and kind of maintain that.
I mean, maintain you did, dude. You were on point with the restart. You were on point so much that other drivers complained about it. And I mean, in my eyes, I say it all the time, Ethan. I'm a racer first and foremost before I'm a race control, a race broadcaster, or anything. And if I'm leading these races, I want the best restart I can get, and you did that. But I want to ask you one more thing, and I'll send it over to Christian. You won tonight's race. You get free entry into the season 3 tour modified series that we put on. That's also a lot cleaner than we seen tonight. We do EOLs and whatnot in that series with live race control. Are you going to be back racing with us in season 3?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to my team about that. We're planning on, hopefully, if they'll let us in, run the Super Series. And I think tonight, since I won, I was planning on, if I won the race, I was going to run the Tour mod. I guess, yeah, I'll probably be back.
Right on, then. I'll tell you this: the Monday night series is really, really fun. So, Christian actually won the race last night. I finished second. It was actually a really good race. But I'm gonna throw it over to Christian. He's gonna ask you a question, and we'll let you get out here, Ethan. Good run tonight, buddy.
Ethan, walk me through when you and Joe got together. Do you feel like you just needed to go at that point in the race, or was it just kind of you guys were both going for the same spot, which caused the contact? Which obviously you didn't do it on purpose, but I just want you to walk me through what your plan was. I mean, I've been through a lot of incidents with these cars, throughout the race, and I know I got turned running about fourth, about lap 15. I had to come from the rear, and I had already
I'll
used
say
the
one more
tires
thing, Tanner.
for that, but I know these things take a while to really start showing the wear. So, I mean, when I got up to second, I just kind of thought it was go time for me. I knew once I got out to the lead, I could try to set a pace for myself and kind of for the people behind me. And I just anticipated too much and got into him, and I didn't think I got into him that hard, but I guess I did, and I don't really know what happened after I got beside him.
Dalton and Josh, you are in the broadcast
but,
booth. Just give us 1 second.
I
I'll talk to y'all.
sorry for getting into him. It really wasn't like on purpose. Yeah, up here in the booth, we definitely was a racing deal. But one more question for you, or a statement, I guess. I really hope to have you in Monday and Tuesday night leagues. You look like a really good competitor. Yeah, I mean, I love racing these things. I also love racing supers, and I like to thank my team back at Ethan Johnson Racing. Alexander Sear here in the race. My spotter, Colin Hilton, Jonathan Schaefer, And Kyle Beatty was also in the race, or Casey B. Eddie, for helping me out during the race as well. But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty good race.
I've actually raced quite a bit with Schaefer and officials, Ethan. But overall, buddy, good win tonight. And I'll second what Chris said. We hope to have you back, and we'll be doing this again next Tuesday. We'll get the admins together, and we'll pick the track, and we'll go from there. But before I let you go, throw a track out. You won. Give us an idea for a track you like to see these tour mods go to next Tuesday night.
Thank you.
He didn't listen to a word I said right then. Okay. All right. Well, folks, there you have it. That was Ethan Johnson, the winner of tonight's Crooked Line recruitment race number 1. We will be back next Tuesday, same time. Don't know the track just yet, but before we close shop here, we got Joshua Sexton and Dalton Kilroy. They're up in the booth with me. They helped me out with race control tonight. We'll start with you, Dalton. What was your how did you feel about the race? It was pretty messy at the start, no doubt.
Yeah, there's no real lying about that. There were just, in my opinion, those first couple cautions were just some guys not being patient enough because it 150 laps, that's a long race around here. But once we got those cautions out of the way and a couple other guys pulled it into the garage, it was pretty good racing. Just mainly just focusing on trying to save that right rear tire, and I mean, once we started getting those green flag runs going, it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, y'all, I think the first 40, 50 laps, man, y'all would do a lap caution, and it was a never-ending cycle. And then around lap 50, y'all broke off a great run to the competition caution to the point where I didn't even want to have the competition caution. I got thinking about it in the booth. Since we don't have tires this time, there's no need for a competition caution, really. But we did it anyways, and so be it. But, I mean, overall, you started 11th and you finished 5th. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't run these cars very often, do you?
No, this is only probably, geez, I want to say probably my 4th or 5th ever race in these cars.
Wow, see, that's impressive. That was a good run then, man. Especially not knowing. I mean, if you go from like an Xfinity car, super late model, NASCAR to these tour mods, one of the biggest things I tell people when they're new in these cars is pay attention to how wide they are. Like, you sit so far to the left of these cars that you really don't know how far that right side of your car sticks out when you're underneath somebody. So you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. So, I mean, great race. I'll even give you a chance. You got any sponsors or shout you want to throw out there before we switch it over here to Joshua Sexton?
Well, I gotta thank Daddy O's Barbershop and you guys for bringing me out here tonight and inviting me because it was fun.
I'll tell you, next week we will have live race control somehow, some way. I'll pay somebody to do it if I need to, or I'll do it myself. That way we clean it up. But Dalton will be doing the same thing next week, and hope to have you here, buddy.
Yeah, 10-4.
Mr. Sexton, you got a copy, brother?
I hear you.
What let me turn you down just a little bit, Josh. You're a little loud. What was your thoughts on tonight's race? I mean, we all know it was messy at the beginning.
Yeah, once we got past that, it was really fun. We had a couple good green flag runs, a big one in the middle of the race, and then to finish out the race, we ran that 20 lap run, which I was really happy to see. Everybody kind of stayed calm and gave each other room during those long runs. You have that in these hosted races. If that first 40, 50 laps is full of cautions, and you get some people that will exit out, and the field size gets smaller, and then we end up having a really good race. And I think that's what we did here tonight.
So, Josh, me and Kristen touched on it a little bit before we took the green flag tonight about how this series normally we offer one extra set of tires to the drivers, meaning they start the race on the set they have on the car, but then they have one in pit lane, so they can take tires midway through the race or whenever they elect to. Okay, so tonight we went into this, we said, okay, no tires in the pits. You got what you start on, and that's what you're going to finish on. How did that feel out there coming from a racer's point of view, not an admin's point of view?
I liked it. The tires held up. The set was really good, so the tires held up. So even at the end, we had a lot of grip out there. It was, the you could tell a little bit that we lost a little bit of time. But man, especially here at this track, the setup held up great. The tires held up great. There was really no need for a set of tires for this race. But the key, one big thing too, we ran a lot of laps under caution. So when it's a different story if you run 150 under
Right.
green.
Right.
You're going to see a lot more tire wear. But it was good. I thought again, I'm a fan of either way. Getting a set of tires or not having a set of tires. I think
How
it's
to
good
put you on the
both ways.
spot? To put you on the spot. I mean, this is our sandbox, as we say. We help promote this series, and I mean, James gives us help too, of course, especially with the website stuff, because you know me, I'm not computer smart at all. I lean on you for a lot of stuff, Josh. But all that aside, how would you vote after tonight's race? You think we need to keep the tires, or maybe go without tires, or play it by the seat of our pants? Not announce anything yet. Like, how do you feel about it?
I would, I would run another race, with the same, see how the next race goes at a different track,
Okay,
and
I
and
like
and
it.
make sure that the tires hold up, the same as they did. If the tires hold up the same as they did, I think what we can do is, put it in the hands of the league members like we normally do, and you know,
Have them
put a
vote on
vote
it.
on. Yeah, just have them vote on Discord. I think that's the big thing. We can run a couple races and prove, hey, that this does work, and then maybe that could sway some people's opinion. Let them vote, and then we'll do what they want to do.
Right on, Josh. Well, thank you for coming out here tonight, buddy. Thank you for being admin with me. Dalton, thank you for being an admin with me. I want to go through the top 10 real quick, and then we're going to close up shop and call it a night. We'll be back here next Tuesday night with another action packed race at, not sure what the track is yet. Me and Josh will put our heads together and we'll get us a good track. But congratulations to Ethan Johnson, that 30 machine. Had a little contact with Joe the Show in the 83 machine who finished P2. Joe led a lot of laps. He led the first half of this race, first 3/4 of this race, but ultimately wasn't able to get it done after Ethan Johnson got into him. We had Jake Silva finishing P3 with Casey in the 16 finishing P4. Dalton Kilroy, I always pronounce his last name wrong and it's so simple, but Dalton finishing P5, and you heard it right there. He's only been in this car about 4 times. You have Joshua Sexton in that 51 machine finishing P6, then Jimmy Weaver, Keith Mack, Max Ricardo, and Jonathan Langham rounding out your top 10. So overall, my final thoughts are it was a good race when it was a race, and it sucked when it was a pace. So kind of a rhyme. I'm a poet and didn't know it, but it's the way it is. We'll be back next week. We will get the track figured out. And Christian, before we close up shop, let me thank sponsors, and I'll throw it to you for your final thoughts. So gotta thank MF Racing Designs, Michael Falk. You can find him on Facebook at Michael Falk or MFRD, MF Racing Designs. He will get you suited and booted with some of the best looking paint schemes that you can find across iRacing. So, I mean, Michael Falk Racing Designs, that's all you need to know. If you want to look good, Michael Falk Racing Designs. If you want to feel good and be fast, McConey Setup Shop. I mean, Jeff McConey, it's amazing what he does for this community. All the work he does on the back end to help promote these type of events or promote his own events. And McConey Setup Shop, I mean, he has asphalt sets, dirt sets, road sets, set up for anything you need. And with the new season starting next week, next Monday night, since we are in week 13, McConey Setup Shop. That's all you need to know. So you got your look good covered. You got your feel good covered. You ever had force feedback in your butt? That's basically why I described the buttkicker.com, Gamer2. Check them out at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code 5Kings, get you 20% off your entire order. I mean, who doesn't love basically free money at that point, you know? And then we got to think raise energy. So we look good, we feel the track. What if you get sleepy? No, you don't get sleepy. Raise energy. It is personally one of the best tasting energy drinks I've ever had, and I am an avid energy drinker. I drink Monster Rehab, drink about 6 of them a day, and if I could find Rays more handily available, I would drink those instead. But that's the sponsor, so MF Racing Designs, The Butt Kicker, McConey Setup Shop, Rays Energy, and last but not least, BAM Racing Videos for all your real-life racing, entertainment, we'll call it. But we've been here forever. Christian Pittman, I'll send it over to you one more time. Give me your final thoughts on the race, Bubba, and thank you for coming in the booth tonight, too.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me come up here. It was fun. The racing was good. A lot of beating and banging, which, if for anybody that's still listening to this, our league isn't like that. It's a really clean league. Tanner's mentioned it multiple times, but the race, it's a really good race. I enjoyed watching it, and congrats to Ethan for getting the win. To throw it out there for us, we don't know where we're going next week. I think Bristol would be a great option, but besides that, it was a great race. I think we should go to Bristol next week.
So I'll let everybody get a say, and then we'll close up shop, and this will be how we end it. Christian says Bristol. I say New Phoenix. That's always provided great racing. Dalton, what do you say? Name a short track, brother.
Dover.
I I second Dover. I wanted on the schedule, and I got outvoted. Joshua Sexton.
Dover.
There you go. We're going to Dover next week, folks. We'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern for practice. Broadcast will go live at about 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, it's been Joshua and Christian Pittman in the booth. We were joined at the end of the night with Joshua Sexton and Dalton. We thank y'all for coming out. We hope to see y'all next week. If you're looking for a super late model league that runs on Monday nights or a tour modified league that runs on Tuesday nights, both fixed setups, look no further than Crooked Line Racing. But until then, it's been Tanner and Christian in the booth. This is Five Kings Motorsports. Like us on Facebook, and we'll see you.